over 100 people out searching the area last night, walking both sides of the creek bank.
In Carroll County, police are set to regroup and restart the search for 2 missing girls.
Together, okay? That way we cover more property, quicker time.
21, Copper 5.
We have found 2 bodies. We are investigating this as a crime scene. We suspect foul play.
State police and the FBI have been on the scene now for several hours. A number of units and teams have been here trying to gather information.
Bodies have been positively identified as Abigail J. Williams, 13, of the Delphi area, and Liberty Rose Lynn German, 14, of the Delphi area. This is considered double homicide investigation.
The 2 girls discovered in the woods, authorities asking for your help tonight. Their last Snapchat and the image of a man authorities would like to talk to.
And they now have enough evidence to call him the prime suspect.
We do have some new information for you today. Liberty had the presence of mind to turn on the videotape. But there's enough there that somebody would recognize this person's voice.
What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting the channel. For those of you that just subscribed, if you would like a free Bad Habits Kingdom t-shirt, let me know. You can email me at badhabitsking@gmail.com, badhabitsking@gmail.com. Any of my other Bad Habits family would like a free t-shirt, definitely give me an email, let me know. They will be here in 4 weeks, okay? I'll have an order in 4 weeks. First things first, as of always, if you hear any yelling, screaming, or breaking, that is my 1-year-old daughter Luna. She likes to be part of the show, and when I don't include her, she gets a little upset and starts breaking cameras and stuff like that. But it's okay, I still love her. And Carol wanted me to apologize to you guys tonight for her not being here. Her and Luna have actually been very sick all week long. They've been very, very sick. So she wanted me to apologize to you. She was actually trying to get on the video. She hopped in, put her headset on, got in front of the mic, was excited because she was ready to do her own on her own side and everything. But her head was just pounding so bad she just wasn't really able. She was like, babe, I can't do it, please tell him I'm so sorry. So she does apologize she wasn't able to make it on. Okay, all right, Bad Habits family, so tonight we're going to be talking about the Delphi murders. We've been trying to do this video for a little while. Unfortunately, we were having some technical issues and camera issues and everything, but everything is good to go. We're just going to get down to it. For those of you that do not know about the Delphi murders, we'll go over that as well just to start it off, and then we'll lead into some DMs that I received and some emails as well. So back in 2017, February of 2017, on February 13th, 2017, little Abby and Libby, 14 and 13 years old, were walking, had a day off from school, and they decided to go on a hike. Now, one thing I always encourage is to kids be outside playing and everything all the time, because you just don't see that anymore. So I'm always like, have kids outside, because when I was a kid growing up, we were always outside playing, you know, but I lived in a tight-knit neighborhood where the families knew everybody and everything like that. Delphi is similar because there's only 3,000 people. So you would definitely feel safe. There wasn't any kind of crime like this until that day. Now, they decided to go on a hike, you know, like as teenagers would do. And unfortunately, within an hour of them being on the trail, on the bridge and everything, having a good time, they were brutally murdered. Now, to this day, nobody knows exactly how they were murdered, and nobody's ever been arrested for the crime. No one's ever been, you know, truly brought in as a hardcore suspect of the crime either. They've had many people of interest, but people of interest is really nothing, because people of interest is just somebody that the police want to speak with. That's all people of interest really is. So it doesn't really give us any answers. So unfortunately, to this day, no one has ever been convicted, let alone arrested for the murders. Now, these 2 girls are heroes. Little Libby, before the murders happened, took out her cell phone and recorded a man walking towards them on the bridge. Now, before this video was taken, at 2:07 p.m., Libby took a photo of Abby on the bridge and posted it on her Snapchat, and that was at 2:07 p.m. And if you look behind Abby, there's no one behind her walking there that we could see. We can't see anyone behind her at all. We don't see a shadow, nothing. But Libby recorded a man walking towards them on the bridge, and it looks like it's closer towards the end of the bridge. So from what we can tell, they're at the very end, and the man is getting close to him. Now, there are a couple theories about this. Apparently, there's only a little bit of the footage and a little bit of the audio. Me personally, I think the police have a lot more audio and maybe a little bit of more video. Maybe not, but I believe they have a lot more audio, and they just haven't released it, and they're not going to. What they've released right now, that's all they're going to release. They're not going to release any more evidence if they have any. They won't release how the girls were murdered. One, they don't want to mess anything up for trial. They don't want any false confessions. Believe it or not, there would be some false confessions. And they want to know information that only the killer would know, so when they finally have the guy, they know it's him. If he ever confesses, which probably will never happen. But there's been many theories about this. So one says the girls were shot. One says the girls were, stabbed, strangled. There's been so many theories, but no one has ever confirmed any of it. Now, there is this one theory, and I've been getting a lot of emails and DMs on Twitter about this. A lot of people are saying that Libby was actually meeting a guy on the bridge that she met online. I disagree with this big time. The only reason why I disagree with this is because there would be some kind of trail of that. There'll be some kind of evidence on the hard drive or a phone or computer or something. There would be some kind of trail, and there's none of that. And I can guarantee you the police looked into all that. Okay, the police, a lot of people are saying the police aren't doing their job, blah, blah, blah. They're doing the best they can to help solve this case. If you watch Doug Carter, which we will in a few minutes, you can tell he feels really passionate about this case, and he's doing everything he can to help to get this case solved for the families. You could tell he's really, really emotional, really passionate, and really wants to get this guy. And unfortunately, it's already been over 4 years. So the longer it's been, the harder it's going to be. Now, the police in Delphi asked the public for help. So what do? They release 2 different sketches. They release a video that Libby recorded, a 3-second long video, and an audio that Libby was able to record of the man on the bridge. Now, the police were able to confirm that the man on the bridge is the prime suspect. They were able to confirm that. They somehow had new evidence to confirm that he was the prime suspect in the case. Now, in the video is a man walking towards them on the bridge with his hands in his pockets. He's wearing jeans, has a jacket on, looks like a hoodie, and some kind of hat. And some people say he's wearing a mask, has a mask right here. I can't really tell. Me personally, I don't see a mask. That's just me. And the audio of a man speaking to the girl saying, "Guys, down the hill." That's all you hear in the audio. Now, you can hear the guy's part very, very clear, much more clear than any of the other words, but you can also hear down the hill, but the guy's part is extremely clear. Well, what's so sad about this case is that Libby did everything she could to help us catch this guy. She knew something was wrong when she started recording him. Everybody gets freaked out. We all get creeped out about people and guys or even women, there's some people that just creep us out. She knew something terribly was going to happen, and she did everything she could to record him, to help get this guy. And to this day, none of us is able to help her back, which is really, really sad because she did everything she could. The reason why I think there's so much more audio, is because what I think what happened is when Libby recorded the man on the bridge, she put the phone in the pocket. That's how we're able to hear the guy saying to the girls, "Guys, down the hill." I think there was more to that. Maybe it's not real clear, but I think the audio of the murders taking place is recorded, and the police have actually heard it. Doug Carter especially. When I look at Doug Carter, when I look in his eyes, he just seems like he knows 10 times more than what he's telling us. And I think he really wants to tell us. I really do. I think that he really wants to tell what happened or something, but that's just what comes off to me. I don't know why he doesn't, but that's just what I think. I really think he really wants to tell what happened to the girls, but for some reason they're just not doing it. And like I said, there's many reasons why they're not doing it, but unfortunately The evidence that they've given us is probably, it could be all the evidence they have, but I highly doubt it. I think they have a lot more audio. Video, I don't think they have much more of, but apparently more in the audio was the girls saying to each other, is that guy, that creepy guy, still following us? Now, my first theory was this. This was my first theory of the case, that the girls started on the bridge. They started, walking on the trail and going towards the bridge and everything like that. Kind of at the beginning of the trail, they see a guy in the bushes, like in the woods, off the trail, probably staring at him hardcore. I think he was staring at him hardcore. They recognize him, but they're just like, whatever, and they keep going. Not much time goes by, he starts following them. And they notice that right away. They get freaked out, but they still carry on. Then at some point, they lose sight of him. That's when they get to the bridge. They start crossing. They're having a good time because Libby takes a photo of Abby. And it looks like they're just, having a random good day. Apparently, there was also audio where the girls say, like I said to each other, is that creepy guy still following us? But then again, there's also more audio of the girls just having a normal day, having a good time, talking about random things. That has not been confirmed and that has not been released, but I've heard that on many different occasions, and some people that seem very, very knowledgeable and when it comes to this case and have some information when it comes to this case. Now, like I said, it hasn't been confirmed, so it's not 100%. But I believe it. I do believe that was in the audio. So I thought the guy did follow him, and then once they got towards the end of the bridge, because you could tell that they had to have been scared to cross this bridge, and they were going pretty slow. And then once they get to a certain part where there's no turning back, he starts on the bridge. Now, when you see him walking on the bridge, he looks like he's done it 100 times. Now, this bridge isn't like a short, small, tiny bridge. You're way up there. If you fall down, you're gonna be, that it's a wrap, pretty much. He's walking with his hands in his pockets, like, just like he was out on a stroll on the sidewalk. But also, if you notice in the photo that Libby took of Abby, she has her hands in the pockets too. But I don't know if she was posing for the photo or what. But I would think that she was just doing that as a pose for the photo. I think she was doing that just for the photo. I don't think she was actually doing that and walking on that bridge. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal opinion. And then he gets to him right when he gets closer. Libby takes out her phone, starts recording him, puts the phone in her pocket. He gets across, pulls a gun out, and orders them around. I don't think he shot the girls. I don't think that's how they died. I believe they were either stabbed or strangled. That's just my personal opinion. It was mentioned that the girls' throats were cut, and a lot of people disagreed with that. But I was told also as well from someone that I know very well that's doing the investigation on the case, saying that the girls did wear scarves at their funeral to block their necks. Like I said, we don't know. We don't know how the girls died. But I would say that they were either strangled or stabbed to death. The only reason why I think that is because a gunshot would be too loud. That's a common place for people to go to hike, and there was also witnesses around there at the time. Then one of the witnesses actually did a sketch of the man walking on the bridge. She did a sketch of him, and the first sketch, now the police released two different sketches. Obviously, to me, the first sketch that they released looks 10 times more like the man on the bridge than the second sketch. Now, in the second sketch, it released like a year later, I believe, almost a year later. They released the second sketch, and they said the man is to be between the ages of 18 to 40. I disagree with that. I think this man is actually older than 40. And if he's not 40, I would say he's definitely in his late 30s. They say that he's between the age of 18 to 40, and he can appear to look much younger than his actual age. Because nowadays it seems like people do look a lot younger than their actual age. But that's just my personal opinion. I think this man was old. I would say he's between the age of 38 to 45. That's my guess. Maybe 37 to 45. I'll do 37 to 45. That's my personal opinion. I would say that's his age gap. That's just from what I look at when I see the man walking on the bridge towards the girls. Excuse me. Now, like I said, there's been so many rumors about this case. One of the rumors is that the cops covered up the crime scene. I disagree with that. Just like I said, when I look at Doug Carter, I don't see a man that knows a cop did this and is letting him go. I highly doubt that. Doug Carter seems like he's ready to catch this guy right now if he could. I think he's doing everything in his power, everything he can to catch this guy, and they just don't know who did it. They have had so many people of interest, and some of them, it seems like every person of interest, we automatically jump to the conclusion, this is the guy. You know, Paul Eder, Ron Logan, James Chadwell, Nathan, all these people we think, hey, this is definitely the guy. For the longest time, I really believed that it was Paul Eder. I thought that for a long time just because, one, his description and the history he has, and he killed himself when he was in standoff with police. Like I said, this is my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. Now, recently, a little over a month ago, a man by the name of James Brian Chadwell was arrested for kidnapping, assaulting, and attempting murdering his next door neighbor who is 9 years old. Now, he lured her into his home by having her pet his dogs. He gets her in the home, takes her down to the basement, ties her up, and assaults her. Within an hour of the girl's disappearance, the police go to Chadwell's house because they were going to everybody's house. He said that the girl was there earlier that day, but then left. The cops already knew something was up. They decided to go inside. They find the girl downstairs in the basement. Chadwell is automatically put in handcuffs. When you see him walking in his ridiculously t-shirt and acting like when I see him walking like he has no care in the world, you could tell this man is completely nuts. Now, James Brian Chadwell's family, his brother said that he should be locked up forever and that he is fully capable of committing murder. His stepfather says the same thing, that he needs to stay in jail and never be let out again. So, what's he mean by that? The guy has a criminal record. He's been arrested many times in Florida and other countries. I believe North Dakota was another one. He's just been arrested. He has a record. And that brings up DNA. Some people say that they did find DNA at the Delphi crime scene. Some people say they didn't. Now, I know here in Nevada, when you're arrested, even on a misdemeanor, they take your DNA right away. I don't know what the laws are in Delphi or Indiana, but I suppose I'm assuming it's the same way. If you get arrested, no matter what, they take your DNA right away. Now, here in Las Vegas, many years ago, we had a man called the Flamingo Rapist. He was going down Flamingo Boulevard raping women, mostly on the east side of Flamingo, right around the Strip area. And he actually raped two girls back to back. When the cops were actually at one apartment complex, he went to across the street and raped another girl while the police were at the crime scene that he just did a rapist. Now, he got away with, I think, about 11 or 12 women that he raped within a year. About 8 or 9 months after his last rape, he gets arrested for jaywalking. Now, I can't believe he was even arrested for that, because 9 times out of 10, you get a ticket for that. So I was even surprised they get arrested for jaywalking. They took his DNA. It's a misdemeanor. You'll probably be in jail for a day. I mean, it's a $100 fine. They take his DNA. They run it. Somehow or another, he was still in jail when the DNA results came back that he was the man that was raping those women. He's been in prison ever since here in the Nevada corrections. Of course, he's probably in Lovelock or some kind of prison where he's under PC. He's definitely not going to be allowed in the yard. Same with Chadwell. Chadwell will definitely be in PC. He harmed a little girl, and he's under suspicion of hurting 2 other girls. That case hasn't been solved yet. But a lot of people jump to the fact that Chadwell did commit these murders. One, he lives 20 miles out of Delphi. This definitely raises a flag. He has 2 girls tattooed crying on his arms. That's another one. Some people were saying that one of the tattoos looks just like Abby or Libby. I don't agree. I just think they look like two girls crying with blood coming down their eyes. But it's very possible. Another thing is he spends a lot of time out in the woods. That's another red flag. You know, one thing in his social media, he's always saying guys. Yeah, that's a red flag, but I say guys too. I'm always saying guys, what's up, guys. You know, a lot of people say guys. Now, I listen to the audio probably almost every single day, if not every day, of the guy saying guys down the hill. I literally listen to it 100 times, like every single day, multiple times a day. And I also watch the video multiple times a day of the guy walking on the bridge. This case has affected me very much, and it has for a long, long time. And I try to listen to it, and I try to hear Chadwell's voice. There is some similarities when it comes to the accent. When I listen to it, I'm like, that does sound kind of like the accent. That does. You know, 20 miles out of Delphi. Man, I think I more like want it to be him because they have him in custody, and hopefully it is him. But apparently, as of right now, nothing's been released ever since, and he's just a person of interest. Person of interest is just somebody that the police want to talk to. It's nothing like, it's not like a suspect. It's nothing like a prime suspect. A person of interest just means they're interested in speaking with them about this case. That's it. You know, so they saw the crime that he did, and they probably were like, hey, let's talk to him about it. You know, Chadwell's never going to confess to the crime anyway. So what's sad is we all hope that this case will be solved. We all hope one day that it gets done. I pray all the time hoping it gets done. I'm very doubtful that it will ever get solved, honestly. And I hate saying this, but I am. I'm very I don't know, just doubtful. I just don't see it happening. I think if we were able to solve it, we would have solved it by now. At least the police. The police need to release some more information. They want the public's help. They need to give the public some more information so we can all work together and put our heads together and see what we can come up with. Now, one of the theories is that the police said they found out new evidence that the killer is currently living or has lived in Delphi. Yes, that is definitely very, very, possibility, a high possibility, because he definitely knew the area very well. Extremely well. He knew it really, really great. He knew exactly where to take them. That, like I said, hikers and people go up there all the time. He knew exactly where to take them, where nobody would hear or see what he's doing. He had to have had a gun because he had both of them. No one screamed. No one heard screams or anything. It's sad because what really gets me is thinking about their last moments. I get really emotional when I talk about this because we get scared when we think about stuff like that. When a stranger's knocking on our door late at night. When we see somebody, when we're going out to our car at 3 o'clock in the morning and we see someone standing out there. These two girls lived a nightmare. Their last moments in this world, who they never harmed a soul, Sue. They never harmed a soul. Their last moments was in pure horror. And Libby and Abby, they did everything they could to help catch this guy. By recording the video, the audio, they did everything they could. And he's hiding in plain sight. I really think that maybe he did live in Delphi at one time, but I think he has family in Delphi. I don't think he lives in Delphi. Maybe he did, but I don't think currently. I think there's too many people looking for him and listening for that voice that he won't go there. This case is still hot. It's 4 years and it's still a high-profile case. We're not letting this case soften up. We're going to keep all of us. We're all going to keep working together. We're going to make videos. We're going to make audios. We're going to make pictures. We're going to do everything we can until this guy is caught. And I mean, he knows that. This killer is walking around right now. He's got to be paranoid as hell. Either he's paranoid or he can care less. He knows there are millions of people after him. Not just the police. There's people, I talk to people, oh, they send me messages in my DMs, in my email, all over the world. I talk to people in the UK, Ireland, Australia, Germany, you name it. Well, not that many, but you name it. I've talked to a lot of people across this world. They send me emails asking for t-shirts, not just t-shirts, but about this case. This case has affected that town and a lot of people in this world. This man needs to be put away. The police need to give us some more info. In one of my videos, I talked about Paul Etter, and I also said Brian Logan. Now, these two men been cleared, apparently. Ron Logan was cleared by the police. I thought it was him because it looked like him in the video, in the photo that I seen. He has the same kind of clothes that the bridge guy's wearing, but a lot of people in that area wear those clothes. The girls were found on his property, but he had an alibi. He was at a bar drinking, and that was confirmed. The police cleared him. I was wrong. Paul Etter, the reason why I thought it was Paul Etter is because I was watching a YouTube video, and this man that speaks through portals to spirits, I can't say the word, to spirits in a spirit box, he didn't even know the name Paul Etter before. Apparently. Now, it was a believable, I really believed his video. And he recognized that he heard the spirit told him Paul Etter killed those two girls, and then when he looked up the name afterwards, he found out that Paul Etter was a suspect. I believed it was Paul Etter for a little while too, because he shot himself, and his record and the description, it looked a lot, you know. I thought there was a good connection. I also thought it was Nathaniel or Nathan. You know, photo looks similar. Connections. I thought it was him as well. I was wrong. Truth be told, the police don't know they don't know who it is. Do they have more information? I'm sure they have more, but I don't think they have DNA. I really don't. I don't know if that was confirmed. Some people say that it was confirmed that they did have DNA. Some people say it was that they didn't. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Doug Carter say that, or any other detective. So, one video you would definitely want to watch, True Crime Investigates, even though from what I've been told in DMs that he doesn't like other people saying the wrong things about this case. I respect where he's coming from. You know, I understand he knows a lot about the case. I watched one of his videos where he says that he knows things that none of us do. I believe that too, because he's friends with the families. I believe it. He's been investigating this case for a little while. He has investigating experience. So definitely check out his videos if you don't already. Even though he probably doesn't like my videos or even watches them, but I'm giving him a shout out. Anthony Greeno and True Crime Investigates. Check him out. We should all be working together when it comes to this case. We should all be giving each other opinions on why, not fighting each other, not bad-mouthing each other, working together on this to help the families. The families are the ones suffering every single day. There was a rumor going around that the Libby's family failed a lie detector test. That is such BS. They never taken a lie detector test. It was so bad that Libby's father and grandfather, they won't even talk to the media anymore because their words will get twisted around to make them look like a suspect. I don't think the family had anything to do with this case or with this murder. I don't think any family member had anything to do with these murders. The reason why I think that is because Libby recorded the man walking towards him. She wouldn't have done that if she felt comfortable with the man. Some people were wondering if Libby and Abby knew their killer. That is a good question. It really is. It's one of those 50-50 things, because Delphi is so small. It's such a small town. There's only 3,000 people there. Not even 3,000. 2,900 and something. Not even 3,000 people as of 2019. So it was probably even smaller back in 2017. Not by a lot, but I would say she has seen the killer before. I would say yes, she knew. She's seen him before. I don't know if she has seen him before, why she would be scared, if there was a reason behind it. Do I think her or Abby were meeting a guy online? No. I disagree with that 100%, but that's my opinion. If that's your opinion that she was, I'm going to respect your opinion. But why do you think that? Tell me why you think it. I'm respecting your opinion on you saying it, but just tell me, why do you think that? That hasn't been confirmed, so. DNA, I just don't think they have any. I really don't. I don't think they have any. But we're going to talk more about this case. I'm actually going to be doing another video about this tomorrow. I'm going to be doing another video about this the next day. Every day to make up for the videos that I was not able to upload. So I would definitely appreciate it if you leave a comment below. Send me an email. You can also DM me on Instagram and Twitter. Tell me your opinion on what you think. Who do you think did this? Who do you really think did this crime? And why? Do you think they knew the killer? Do you think he lives in Delphi? Do you think he doesn't live in Delphi? You think he's from Delphi? Outside of Delphi? Family in Delphi? How old do you think this guy was? A lot of people said that he had a mask on his neck, like one of those masks that you put over. I didn't see that. Do you think he had a mask with him? Do you think he was wearing a hoodie? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Tell me your opinion. Let's work together. I know a lot of people say, oh, don't say names and all that. Tell me why you think it's this person. Send me your name. Leave a comment. We need to work together. They want the public's help. Let's help Libby and Abby. She helped us. She did what she could. They both did. Libby pulled out her phone and recorded him and his voice. Let's help her back. Let's help them both. Let's help these families. Let's do it together. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate your guys' support. I love you guys for it. I really do. This case just gets me really emotional. So I do apologize if I get a little tempered. But I do love you guys for supporting the channel, subscribing. Please do me a favor, hit the like up button. If you don't like the video, please don't hit the thumbs down. Kara just starts crying. But thank you guys so much for being here and supporting the channel. Let's just work together. Tell me what you think. Really, leave a comment, send me an email. Also, if you can, go on the GoFundMe account. Kara and I are trying to fly out to Delphi and Evansdale. We're trying to order more t-shirts, and we're trying to do more investigations. So on the GoFundMe app, just hit the GoFundMe link below and donate a couple dollars. That even will help. So please, if you can, support us. If not, it's okay. Your subscription is enough. But we love you guys to death. Thank you guys so much for all your support. You can also check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. All you gotta do is go to Bad Habits Kingdom, guys. I love you so much. You guys have a good night and be safe. I'll see you tomorrow.